Have you all talked yourself into being excited about the Preakness at Laurel just yet?
Yes, I'm there. I've got there. It took me a while, but I'm there. Because it's a 14-horse field, which finally we actually get a decent amount of horses in this damn race.
That's
I feel
a
like.
good point.
So for horse racing gamblers like ourselves that, like to try to make a buck, this is great. I'm happy it's a 14-horse field, not some schmuck 8-horse field. Is it a strong field? Not necessarily. But there's 14 horses. It's horse racing. It'll be a good Saturday. It's a small track, but let's go.
So I would agree that if we get no scratches, we're in good shape. But the trainer scratch, you're going to get your scratches. But
Well, don't we have some auto eligibles for like the first time?
Is there?
Or do we not?
I
They
don't
were
think there
talking
is
about
any.
that earlier.
I haven't heard of any. Are there also eligibles? I haven't heard of it.
There were 2 horses that were also eligible. It might be too late. Maybe they can't get in now. But
is 14 the biggest the biggest
Yeah.
the field can be?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't
feel like
see-
it's. Does anybody know the last time it's been a full field? I feel like it's been a long time.
I mean, it was
Yeah,
only
it's-
9 last year, right?
Yeah.
there's only 14 on the Brisnet sheet. So I don't think, because normally they would be listed as also
Yeah, I
eligible.
haven't seen
So
it
I
yet.
don't think anybody else can get in this field. But I know there were 2 horses that were on the outside hoping to get in at one point, but I guess it's past that time. But so I guess we're kind of talking ourselves into being excited about it.
Slightly.
Hey,
Slightly.
we thought no Derby horses. We're getting 3. None of them are that great, but we're getting 3.
3/4 if you want to
Are
count.
we counting Great White as a Derby horse?
I'm
I think
not.
that's your 4.
Okay.
You got Robusta, you got Ocelli, and you got Incredible, and then Great White.
Great White.
Yeah. So
3.5. We got 3.5 horses.
well, that's a big half because that's a big old horse.
It's a big horse.
But we'll do it just like we did the Derby. We'll go through the field. We'll give our win contender. We'll give our tri-super contenders. And we'll give our pass no chances. And then I think we're going to do a little draft, but we're only going to pick 2 horses.
Okay, yeah. Seems fair.
And Matt and I were very even in coming to second. I don't remember who won, but we were really close. So Matt will go first. I'll go second, and then Neil, you'll get the 3rd pick since you won the Derby draft. Does that sound fair?
I guess so.
Hey, you won, Neil. You got to take it.
Maybe people
Well-
will start listening to me on the show and make some money.
Well, I know you didn't win any money on your picks on Saturday, so it doesn't matter anyways.
No.
Even though you were the only one that was even a little bit on Golden Tempo.
Yeah. Ocelli kind of threw that one off for me.
So we'll see. Are you riding the Ocelli momentum as his 3rd place finish? We will find out here in a second. Let's go through. We'll start at number 1, Taj Mahal, trained by Brittany Russell, ridden by her hubby, Sheldon Russell. Morning line was 5-1. Neil, I've seen your spreadsheet. I know you've broke this down. Get us started. Your thoughts on Taj Mahal?
Yeah, first of all, can I say how cool it is that it's a husband-wife jockey-trainer combo? I mean,
Pretty
you don't see that a lot, but that's kind of awesome. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Sometimes husbands and their wives don't get along all the time, so maybe they get disagreements on how to ride this horse. But I feel like in this case, it's going to be a benefit. I like that. This horse, undefeated, 3 for 3 lifetime, all of them at Laurel Park where this Preakness is being run. It's not at Pimlico. It is at Laurel Park, small track, 4,800 people. His last race he did win. Obviously, he's 3 for 3 in the Federico Tessio Stakes on April 18th. If you ask me what that is, I have no idea. Probably a crappy field. But anyways, this kind of horse, he likes to get out front. So coming from the 1 spot is going to be, to me, a little bit of a negative. He's going to have to work hard to get out front where he wants to be. But if he does get out front, I think he can stay there. He went wire to wire in his last 2 starts for the win. He's a formerly trained Bob Baffert horse. So he does, he obviously, there was a time when somebody thought highly of him to get Bob Baffert to train him before he moved over to Brittany Russell's stable. So I think it's a quality horse. Like I said, 3 for 3. He knows the track. I think he's got a good shot. If he can just get off that rail, get out front, I think he's got a good shot at it.
I am going to be taking the opposite side. I am tossing Taj Mahal. I look, I get it, 3 for 3, Laurel Park, yada yada. But again, it's the fields that he's gone up against, and I'm not saying that this is the best Preakness field ever. I just think the lights. And again, there's only 4,000 people, so it's not like that is going to be too big of an issue. I just don't think it's going to show up. And from one of the handicappers that I've follow pretty well, he tweeted out this morning that watching some of the morning video from Laurel is making me less confident that Taj Mahal is mentally prepared for the task at hand. And he's one of the daily racing forums, David Aragona. And I get it. He's 3 for 3. He likes Laurel. I'm just gonna have him in my toss. I just don't think he's gonna show up come
Not even in the
Saturday.
tri-supers, like, just complete trash for throwing them out. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I think this horse either wins or he's not finishing in the money. And he has proven that he can win without leading wire to wire. He did that in his maiden race. But, I mean, you mentioned it. The biggest race he's won is a $150,000 race. Federico Tessio came off that race and won the Preakness since 1983. But I can't toss this horse because he's 3 for 3 at Laurel. We just watched Cherie DeVoe become the first trainer to win the Derby. Why not make it two straight female trainers to win in the Triple Crown with Brittany Russell?
And she would be the first to win the Preakness.
I think this horse will have a hard time getting the lead from the one spot. But I do think it can get second and third and figure out a way to win at the end. I've got Taj Mahal as a win contender. We move on to number 2, Ocelli, trained by Whitworth Beckham, ridden by Tyler G. Matt, I'll let you lead off with the third place finisher in the Derby.
So Ocelli cost me money, and I feel like Ocelli cost a lot of us money. So I already have a little disdain for the whole. I just feel like he's going to get a lot of hype from the Derby race. Rightfully so. You finished third in that field. I just don't see the Preakness race setting up like the Derby race did for him to excel. And there was, since 2013, horses who were never favored in a previous race are 0 for 28 in the Preakness Stakes. Ocelli is one of the. Ocelli's never been a favorite in any of his races. I don't think he's going to come through, and I'm going to keep him off my exacta try as well. He's in the toss category for me.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to win. To me, he's in my tri-super pick. I think if he runs the way he did in the Derby, he absolutely can win this race. I mean, it was a surprising thing. He only lost by a length. He finished third in the Wood, one of the Derby preps. I mean, it was not a very fast Wood. We talked about that, in the Derby lead up. But he did finish third. Like we said, he's never won a race. Like we said, it's 8 refund would be the last Preakness winner to win as a maiden in the Preakness. I mean, he's a closing horse, so it all depends on the pace. I mean, it's going to depend on the pace. There's a lot of fresh horses, so coming off the 2 weeks, we've talked about, is that a positive or a negative? A lot of people think it's a negative. So a lot of fresh horses he's running up against. I don't think he wins. I think he comes off the pace and might get up to third or fourth. But if he can somehow pull off a Derby effort, which I think was a fluke, if he can pull that effort off again, maybe he does pull out a win.
So where are you going?
I'm going the tri-super pick. I think he gets up for third or fourth late.
See, I think you said it, but then you put him in your tri-super. You said it was a fluke. And there's a lot of horses that want the lead in this race. But I do not think that the pace is just absolutely going to collapse like it did in the Derby. which to me, this horse is going to get overbet because he finished third in the Derby,
Absolutely.
which makes me want to put him in the toss
I mean,
category. I
he's
will say this: if the Derby's a mile and 3/16, Oselli might be your winner right now.
yeah, yeah.
Like, because
Wallaby's your winner. Wallaby was coming.
but he had the lead.
Yeah.
Wallaby never had the lead.
Yeah.
Oselli was in the lead. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
His race
Yeah.
is shorter. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
But-
yeah.
But still, I 0 for 7. Like, both of y'all have had 2 points that I had written down. A maiden has not won the Preakness since '88. A horse that's never been favored hasn't won since, what was that number? 83?
It was 0 for 28
Yeah.
since 2013.
2013. Yeah. I think because this horse is going to be overpriced, I'm throwing in my toss category. We now move to Crupper, trained by Donnie Van Himmel, ridden by Junior Alvarado, was 30-1 on the morning line. Neil.
This horse is terrible. This horse is one of the ones that's absolutely terrible. It's his graded stakes debut. He's never ran in a graded stakes race. He won his last race on April 18th in something called the Bathhouse Row Stakes. Anybody ever heard of that? No. Never heard of it. Some crap race. He's got poor speed figures. He won't keep up with the quick pace. This horse is the only positive of this horse is Junior Alvarado's riding him, who's a jockey on Sovereignty, who was probably the best horse last year, but that was more of the horse than the jockey. Yeah, no, this horse has no shot. He's throw him all the way out. Toss, no chance. Throw him in the dumpster.
Yeah, I would agree. Yes, it beat Stakes Company out last time, but we're going to use air quotes on that Stakes Company. And it needed an absolute perfect trip. It's just too slow of a horse, and it's not going to work in this race. So I hear it toss, and I'm adding on the no chance.
Yeah, this is. I mean, look at some of these Brisnet figs: 67, 71, 79, 76. That's 4 of his 6 figs. And look, if I'm gonna pick a long shot, it's not gonna be one that wants to be up front because he's not gonna get the lead. He's not fast enough to get the lead. This is an absolute no chance. So I think we
Interesting
offered
fact.
through.
Sorry, go ahead. Junior Alvarado's
No,
never won
yeah.
the Preakness.
Well, he's gonna go one
Well,
more
if
year.
Sovereignty would have run last year, he would have won one, but they were babies and decided to skip it.
Way to keep it PG with the babies there. We we move on. Robusta, trained by Doug O'Neill, ridden by Rafael Bejarano. Also, morning line of 30-1. Matt, your thoughts on this horse?
I have Robusta in my Exacta Tri Super. I think I know he didn't have the best showing in the Derby, but I'm going to lean on in this race experience against good fields, and just running in the Derby gives you that. And I feel like with his race style, he has a chance to get in there in the end or be up there and stay up in your second, third, fourth spot. So I've got him in the Exacta Tri Super spot.
Yeah, no, this horse has no chance. I mean, he ran against the quality field in the Derby, but he finished 14th and he lost by 18 lengths. I mean, any horse can go out there and lose by 18 lengths. Like a freaking donkey can do that. So no, this horse is out. His career highlight was finishing second to Potente in the San Felipe Stakes. He finished 7th in the Santa Anita Derby. I mean, he's going to try to get out early. He's one of those pace setters. He's going to be up there with Taj Mahal and some of the others, but he's going to fade. He's going to try to get out quick. It's going to be too fast for him. He's out. I mean, his only positive is Doug O'Neill as his trainer, but other than that, this horse.
He did no running in the Derby. So you wonder, like, does that help him? Is maybe he's a little fresh because
He jogged.
he
jogged in
nothing.
the Derby.
He did nothing. I will say some of his speed figures aren't that bad. Like he's posted a 97 in the San Felipe where he finished second by a head to Potente. His prime power is 7th in this field, but I don't really want a long shot that's going to want the lead. And that's why I'm putting Robusta in my toss category. Just because I don't think he can get it, and when he can't get the lead, he's going to falter and fall out of the money. That's just my thoughts on it. And all these horses want to be like. There's so many of them want to be up front.
Yeah. Yep.
The 5 horse is Talking, trained by Danny Garjan, ridden by Irad Hill. He's morning line of 20-1. Neil, your thoughts?
You guys might have him in your toss category. He's 20-1. He's kind of a long shot. Not quite there. I think he could potentially sneak into a top 4. I have him in my Tri-Super. He finished 3rd in the Bluegrass Stakes, behind winner Further Ado. He was 5th in the Tampa Bay Derby behind the Puma and the Further Ado. So he's raced against quality competition. I mean, Further Ado and the Puma would have been 2 of the favorites in the Derby. He is 0 for 4 in graded stakes race. He's lost by a combined 41.5 lengths, which is not great. I mean, he's going to be behind the pace setters. He's going to push them a little bit. He's going to sit there and try to make his move. You know, the positive is Irad Ortiz is on him, which Irad was going to be on the probable favorite Silent Tactic before it scratched. So he's got one of the best jockeys on him who knows what to do in a race like this. I think he's not going to win, but I think he could sneaky get up in there in that 3rd, 4th spot.
So as of right now, and again, this is with only like 188,000 in the win pool. Talking is down to 7-1.
Already?
Early money. Yep, early money on Talking is at 7-1.
7. Oh, I love the 20-1 price. The 7-1. Hey.
Yeah. I have it in my toss category just based on the fact that it hasn't it came in 3rd in the Bluegrass, and if you figure how far Further Ado finished, 3rd was really 5th because Further Ado ran away like crazy in that race, and Tampa Bay Downs also 5th, but against a much better field. He's looked really good in his first 2 starts, but I feel like his form has declined since we've stretched out around 2 turns, and I just not going to go with him to figure it out in a race like this. So he is in my toss category.
Yeah, at 20-1, I'm putting him in my try and sleeper. But at 7-1, and it's all because of Irad, and that was the concern to begin with.
Yeah.
Is look, there's a pro and a con with Irad being aboard. You're getting a good jockey, but you're also going to be bet down. And is that horse good enough to be that price? And I don't think Talking is that good a price. He ran a bullet half mile at Keeneland on May 9th. That's another reason why I think everybody's so keen on him. But at 7-1, he has not proved that he has the ability to beat or even really hang for the most part with horses of this caliber. And I get it. I know that this race is not the caliber of the Derby, but at 7-1, I gotta toss Talking.
Yeah, I don't like the 7-1 price. At 20-1, I loved
Yeah.
him. I didn't know he was bet down to 7-1.
Yeah,
I'm still not going to toss him. I think he could still get up to get 3rd or 4th, I think.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get
early.
paid.
It's early, so it's going to change at some point, but having that much money now is kind of tough.
Yeah, and look, he's going to be up, but he's not necessarily a horse that's going to be in the top 1, 2, or 3. So, I mean, I guess there's a chance that he could get up and get in the money, but still, it's a toss for me at that price. And look, I was going to say that even before I knew he was 7-1 because I figured he was going to get that down. I didn't know it had already happened. Move on to Chip Honcho, trained by Steve Asmussen, ridden by Jose Ortiz. Matt, start us off.
I've got Chip Honcho in my win contender. He is one of the few horses that has actually had a graded stakes win. So that's impressive in this field. And his best performance actually probably to me was the coming runner-up at the Risen Star, finishing behind Paladin, who Paladin was probably going to be a Derby favorite had it ran. And he was 5 lengths ahead of Golden Tempo in that race. So you got Honcho. He's got graded stakes experience, and he has Jose Ortiz on. Jose's going. I think it said that he'd be the first jockey since Calvin Burrell to ride a different horse, but you could win the Derby and win the Preakness. So I'm gonna go with Chip Honcho in my win contender.
There's a lot of positives to this horse. I don't have him as a win contender. I have him in that try super pick. He in his last race he finished 5th in the Louisiana Derby, but he did go up against a lot of quality horses, emerging
He
market.
finished by 11 links.
Yeah. He lost the emerging market Pavlovian and the Derby winner Golden Tempo in that race, but quality horses. But he also have proved, he can outrun quality horse. He beat Golden Tempo, as Matt said, in that Risen Star Stakes on February 14th when he lost the Palladian. He's got good early speed. His late speed is absolutely terrible. He's lost ground in the stretch in all of his last 3 races, and he's not won as a 3-year-old. He's over as a 3-year-old. His graded stakes win, which I think he is the only horse in the field that does have a graded stakes win, came as a 2-year-old in the Gunrunner Stakes. So a little concern there that he hasn't been as good as a 3-year-old as he was as a 2-year-old. He does have a really good trainer in Steve Asmussen, who's won 2 Preaknesses with Curlin and Rachel Alexandra. And he does have a good jockey in Jose Ortiz, who's hot right now. He's won the Oaks. He won the Derby. Why not win the Preakness? I think he's a quality horse. I don't think he's a horse good enough to win this race. I think he'll be there at the top of the stretch, but he'll fade. I think he probably ends up in that 2nd, 3rd, 4th spot. I'm putting him in my try super pick.
Yeah, and one of the things they talk about him is like he's been a really high-strung horse, and they think the fact that Laurel is only allowing 4,800 fans might actually play in his favor. But I just keep looking at that Louisiana Derby. Like, it just sticks out to me, and that's the last time we've seen him. And Steve Asmussen couldn't really find a legit excuse for why he ran so poorly. I do wonder if there was he skipped the Derby. He could have ran in the Derby and set his sights on the Preakness. And it is Steve Asmussen. He does have some decent speed figures. So I don't think I can toss this horse completely. I'm with Neil. I got to put this horse in my try super contenders.
Like, was the Louisiana Derby, was that just a one-off? Was that just a bad day? I
Right.
mean, he ran great as a 2-year-old, and he in that Risen Star Stakes when he finished 2nd, that was a great race that he ran there. I mean, the Louisiana Derby seems to be an outlier.
Yeah, but that race alone is why I
No, I
can't
agree.
move him into win category.
That's a big factor why I don't have him in it.
We move on to the best horse name in the race. The Hell We Did, trained by Todd Fincher, ridden by Luis Saez, was 15-1 on the morning line. It's Matt's turn, I believe.
I have The Hell We Did in the exacta and try category for me.
Okay.
I know he ran 2nd in the Lexington Stakes, first time stretching out. But looked like he was really good in his prior start at Sunderland Park. Step up in competition, but he's got Luis Saez on board. I think he can kind of hang around and sneak in, even if he's not. He's going to want to get out front, but I don't think he needs to be out front. If he can kind of do a stalking trip, I think he's got a shot to get in that 2nd, 3rd, 4th category.
No, this horse has a great name, but he's not a great horse. I mean, he did finish 2nd in the Grade 3 Lexington Stakes. His 2 wins that he has have come only at 6 furlongs against not good competition. So 6 furlongs ain't going to get it. Like, you win in that, it's fine, but it ain't going to cut it in this Preakness. So I think the distance and he's stepping up into a Grade 1 race, he's got no chance. He's a toss category. I like Luis Saez, but no, this horse, good name, but throw him in the trash can.
Never worse than 4th, or never worse than 2nd in 4 starts. And the son of Authentic. But here's another one to me that it's another horse that wants to be up front, is not fast enough to be up front. This is a toss for me. The next horse is Bull by the Horns, trained by Safi Joseph, ridden by Micah Husbands, 30-1 on the morning line. Neil.
Yeah, this horse doesn't really have much of a chance. I've got him in my toss. He's a closer, which we saw in the Derby that closers, they got up for first and second. So not necessarily a bad thing. He won his last race on March 21st in something called the Rushaway Stakes. Don't know what that is, but he came from last at the 6 furlong pole to win. So he did come from behind. He defeated Lexington Stakes winner Trendsetter in the Rushaway Stakes, and Trendsetter has beaten 2 other Preakness horses. That's probably the only positive of this horse, is he's beaten somebody that's beaten other horses in this race. There's only one graded stakes start, and that was the G2 Fountain of Youth Stakes, and finished 7th by 19 lengths. So not a good horse, low speed numbers, no shot. The trainer's not bad. The trainer does have a couple graded 1 stakes wins this year with White Aberio and Skippy Longstocking, but the trainer's about the only positive of this horse. I don't think the horse is any good. Out. Toss.
Toss. No chance for me, simply because he is yet to run a buyer speed figure higher than 70. So.
Is he the slowest horse in the field by speed figures? I think he is. Like, the only thing that makes me even think about putting him in try supers is the fact that if you look at the sheets, like, it's really just him, Ocelli, and Incredible that really don't want to get out front. And if this pace is super hot, then one of these horses is going to make a run. And if this horse is going to be worse than 30-1, which he could be potentially, makes me potentially want to throw him in my super, just hoping he gets a piece. But I just look at his numbers and I'm like, I don't know if that's even possible. But I got to find one horse that's going to, make a charge late. I don't know who that's going to be. I'm tossing Bull by the Horn. He's just not fast enough.
17-1 right now.
Yeah, there's no chance.
Is anybody even 30-1 anymore? What's the longest odds in the field?
Pretty Boy Mia is at 42 right now.
Okay. Well, it was 15-1 to start on the morning line. So everybody at least agrees with that horse. Sucks, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Iron Honor, trained by Chad Brown, ridden by Flavian Pratt, was 9-2. Neil.
Really like this horse. Absolutely like this horse. Put him in my win category. He had a bad Wood Memorial. He was the 5-2 favorite in the Wood. Finished 7th, but he did come out of the 17 post in the Wood. Had a bad trip. So to me, I think that was more of a fluke than anything. He won the Gotham Stakes, which is a grade 3 stakes race on February 28th. He's 2 for 3 in his lifetime, so he's lightly raced. Not a lot of wear and tear on that one. Both of his wins have come by pressing the pace, which I think he'll do here. He'll push the likes of Taj Mahal and some of the other pace setters. So I think he'll be right there, ready to make his move, and I think he will. The only negative to him is he's not won a race over a mile, but I don't think a lot of these horses have either, so that's not too big of a concern. He's racing with blinkers off. I saw they're taking those off, so a little bit of a change there. But the biggest positive to me is Chad Brown, who's had success in the Preakness with horses that are fresh, that didn't run in the Derby, just skipping them to the Preakness. He's won 2 of those with early voting in 2022 and cloud computing in 2017. This horse, I think, as the favorite in the Wood, I think he's had a bad trip. 2 for 3 in his lifetime. Has a stakes win, graded stakes win. Put him in that win category. I think he can do it.
Yep, I completely agree. He is also in my win category. He is, gonna stalk, which I think this race needs. So I know closers do well in the Derby. I think if you can stalk this pace and you don't fall apart, I think that's where you're going to want to be. So I have him in my win category.
And, we talked about Chip Honcho and how his Louisiana Derby, that poor performance, there was no excuse for it. I think there was an excuse for Iron Honor in the Wood. He kind of got bumped at the gate and was just really just was behind the 8 ball the whole way. If you just cross that race out, which, like I said, I think you can do that, he's the best horse in this field. And Chad Brown has had success, just like Neil said, with skipping the Derby. You do wonder a little bit, like, why did Chad Brown feel more comfortable going with Emerging Market and not Iron Honor in the Derby? Like, is that a negative? Or is it a positive that he's pointing him this way? Like, I think this is a clear. I think, and the fact that he's going to be just right off the lead, I think is an absolute plus. This is a definite win candidate for me.
Yeah, coming out of post 9, I think way better than what he had in the wood. So coming out of post 9, definitely a positive. What are his odds currently?
He is at 8-1.
I mean,
Great
I
price.
like that
That is
all
a
day.
great price on Iron Honor.
He will not
Great
be
price.
8-1 on Saturday.
Yeah, right
Great
now,
price.
again, early odds. Like your leading horse is 5-1. So we're gonna get a good price.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a good price. So
just gotta get it right.
hopefully, yeah, you got to get it right. And then I've got some things before we get going to the next one. I feel like the Preakness has been negatively influenced the last few years due to heavy favorites, like influencing the win pools and such. Like I went back the last 3 years, and last year you had Journalism at 1-1 even odds and Gosker at 15-1. That $1 exacta only paid out $16. And you'd think that even in 15-1 would get you a good price. I mean, 9-1, 2-1 the year before paid out 60, so that was better. But then you had 5-2, 9-2 in 2023, and it was only $16. So you kind of need prices in the Preakness, I feel like. And if we can make sure that whoever is the favorite going off is no worse than 4-1, that's good for us if we, pick right.
That's just the trick. Picking right. We move on to Napoleon Solo, trained by Chad Summers, ridden by Paco Lopez, was 8-1 on the morning line. Matt, your thoughts on Napoleon Solo?
I have Napoleon Solo in my trifecta superfecta spot. I think it's got, he's one of those horses that has some excuses for his poor performances, I feel like, the last few times out. And in this field, I think he's got enough skill to get into those 2, 3, and 4 spots. So I'm not going to throw him out. I'm going to have him hanging around. And I think he can if he runs a good race, he can finish in 3rd or 4th.
He's an okay horse. I debated going back and forth between the try, super / toss. Ultimately, I ended up tossing this horse. He finished 5th in the wood. He also ran 5th in the Fountain of Youth behind really quality horses in Commandment and Chief Wallaby, 2 of the Derby favorites. He was great as a 2-year-old. He won a Grade 1 stakes in the Champagne Stakes. He went wire to wire and defeated Talkin, who's also in this Preakness race back in October. However, as a 3-year-old, has not yet finished in the money. So for that reason, not finishing the money as a 3-year-old is why I tossed him. He's going to get out. He's probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest, of the pace setters. So I think he will be the one to set this pace. I just don't know if he's got the stamina to do it over a mile and 3/16. I think he fades. I think he's out for most. You'll see his number out first, for a lot of the way, but then he'll end up 6th, 7th. I think he's out.
This is the horse that's going to get the lead.
Mm-hmm.
This is the horse that's going to be out front.
I agree.
And I'll be honest, as a 2-year-old, dude, this horse was talked about as one of the best 2-year-olds in the country. And that win in the Champagne that Neil just talked about, he didn't just win. Like, dude, he dominated that race. Like, he played with them, let them catch up. Like, he was dying a little bit, and then he just put it in another gear and won by 6 lengths. To me, I don't know if this horse can go a mile and 3/16. But from what I saw as a 2-year-old, I'm putting him in the win. I think this could be.
How do you put him? How do you put
I'm putting him in the win category.
In the money
I
as a
think
3-year-old.
there's a chance that this horse could get the lead and can finish the race. I will not put him. Like, I think he's either going to win or he's going to falter and be out of the money. But I do think this horse is super talented. And if he gets the lead on his own, can figure out a way to finish the race.
But we're going to discount the last 2 races he ran as a 3-year-old where he finished 5th and 5th. He hasn't finished in the money yet as a 3-year-old, but you're going to put him in the win category.
I saw how talented this horse is, too.
He's not 2 anymore. He's not 2. He's now 3.
I know that.
He's somewhat of a grown-up as a horse. He's not what he was.
We're not going to agree on all these. Like, I wonder if he probably is just a miler. But what's his number right now, Matt?
His number right now is 11-1.
At 11-1, I'm going to take a chance on that.
11-1 is actually not a bad price for him, but it's fine.
Well, yeah, no kidding, it's fine. Corona de Oro, trained by Dallas Stewart, ridden by Johnny Velasquez. What are your opinion on this horse so I can yell at you, Neil?
Yeah, this horse doesn't have a chance. Throw him out, put him in the dumpster. His last race, he was 3rd in the Lexington Stakes behind Trendsetter and Preakness Horse, The Hell We Did. It's just a big step up in competition for him. His only career win was a wire-to-wire against a weak field back at the fairgrounds in March. I don't think he's going to be able to get out and get the lead against some of these other quality horses. Like, I think he wants to. He's just going to be left behind to me. He's got no chance. One cool thing is if Johnny Velasquez wins at age 54, he would be the oldest jockey to win the Preakness, surpassing Mike Smith. So that would be kind of cool, but to me, that ain't going to happen. This horse, no chance. Like Dallas Stewart, but this horse doesn't belong.
I was going back and forth. I actually have him in my trifecta superfecta spot. I feel like him being just off the pace is going to help because we don't have a lot of horses in this race that are just off the pace. And Dallas Stewart has been known to fill out those tries and superfectas and Triple Crown races. The only negative is that the last 2 races have been his best, and he's run with LASIK. He is not running with LASIK on Saturday. So I went back and forth between the exacta and the try and the toss. I'm just going to throw him in there just in case he comes into that 4th spot.
This horse is 5 for 5 in the money. And that is the last positive thing I'm going to say about him. Took him 4 times to break his maiden, and he broke it at 54,000. Like, there shouldn't be horses in the Triple Crown that broke their maiden at 54K. He's just not fast enough. This horse is a no chance toss. We move on to Incredible, trained by Riley Mott, ridden by Jaime Torres. Matt, you were on this horse in the Derby. We'll let you lead off with this one.
Yeah, I was in on him as like my mid-pack choice, and I don't think the way he ran the Derby has taken me off of him. I thought he ran a pretty good race. Mott thinks he's going to be all right to run him in 2 weeks' time, and I liked again his stakes win. The way he did it works well in a race like this. He doesn't need to be in the lead. He can push the pace and hopefully take advantage when those leaders fall back a little bit. So I definitely have him as my win contender. He is my favorite in this race.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's one of the favorites for sure. He's one of my favorites. I don't know if he's the favorite for me, but he's one of the best horses in this race. I've got him as a win contender. He finished 6th in the Kentucky Derby by 4 lengths, and that was after being bumped around a little bit, so he really could have gotten even better than that. He won the Virginia Derby back on March 14th. He's got one of the best late pace numbers in this field. He's a closer, which I think a closer is probably going to end up winning this thing. So that's a positive. He does have the only 2-turn graded stakes win of the field when he won the Street Sense as a 2-year-old. There was an outlier there. He finished last in the Holy Bull in January. So I don't know what was up with that. I'm just going to throw that one out because I think he's better than that. And as the quote from Riley Mott of why he ran this horse, he's doing extremely well. He came out of the Derby in good shape, and we've been clocking the field of Preakness horses, and we thought it would be the right opportunity to bring this horse back. So to me, he's in this race because the other horses in this field suck. And with that thought process, that's awesome. I think he's probably could win this. I mean, that's one of the reasons I think he's going to win. His trainer thinks he's the best horse. He is the best horse. He's in the win category.
Yeah, we talked about that Holy Bull in our Derby preview just because it was so bad. Like, you finished 25 lengths out of it in 6th place. But now we're 2 races past that. We've seen him win the Virginia Derby. We've seen him compete in the Kentucky Derby. He's going to be close enough to where I think he has a chance. Now, look, Oselli beat him in the Derby, but I don't think the pace is going to collapse like it did in the Derby. So that's why I'm more on Incredible than I am Oselli. Also think, like I said, Oselli's number is going to be way too low for me to want any part of him. I've got this horse not as a win contender, but as a super contender.
What are the odds on Incredible right now? I feel like he might be the favorite.
Incredible is 6-1. Selly is 10-1. Your current money line favorite is Taj Mahal at 5-1. Do you want to guess who is tied with Incredible at 6-1?
Poncho?
Iron Honor?
Nope. It's our next horse. 13 Great White is 6-1
Oh.
right now.
Oh,
Okay.
yikes.
Well, let's get to it. Great White, trained by John Ennis, ridden by Alex Richard, was 15-1. He's not 15-1 anymore. Neil, your thoughts on the giant Great White?
I mean, we can basically just rinse and repeat what we talked about before the Derby, because I mean, he didn't run in the Derby. He decided to flip over and do a barrel roll before the gate, and they threw him out. Scratched before the Derby. Before that, he finished 5th in the Bluegrass Stakes, but lost by 22 lengths behind Preakness winner, one of the horses, Talking. I mean, a smaller venue like Laurel Park might not get him as excited as he was in the Derby, so maybe he has the nerves are a little calmer and he's not, doing backflips before the gate. So that might help. We talked about him being such a large horse at over 1,300 pounds. So I don't know. He'll push the pace setters in this race. I think he fades. I hate the 6-1 price or 5-1 price or whatever you just said. He is not that good of a horse. I've got him in my toss category. He's out.
Yeah, I had him in my toss category before the early odds had bet him down to 6-1. I just think that, like, again, he's a great horse to talk about. It's a great story because he's huge, but he didn't even come close to messing around in the bluegrass with Further Ado and any of the horses. He finished way back. So I am just tossing him because you might argue that the Bluegrass Stakes might have had a better field than this. Or it's close. It's very close. So if he was that far back and could be an even or better race, it's toss for me.
Keep betting him, everybody.
Please.
Keep betting him.
Please.
This could be the so happy of this race.
Why I don't understand why are people betting him? Because they feel bad for him because he got thrown out of the Derby? Like they just know the name because he got thrown out of the Derby?
I think it's a combination. Everybody saw him flip. He's huge. He's a gray. Like there's a lot of elements to it.
There's just nothing about him as a horse runner that makes him any good.
Dude, that Bluegrass is the only time he's ran on dirt. And he came in 5th by 22 lengths. His 2 wins are both on synthetic at Turfway. I mean, he's got his speed figures are 80, 79, 81. Like, keep betting him, everybody. Make him the favorite. And I will toss him and try to beat him every single time.
Nick, you said we're not live, right?
We are not.
Because they just had an update. He is now tied for your money line favorite at 5-1.
Keep it coming.
Literally, as you're talking about it, Incredible
Let him down to 2-1. Let's get him down to 2-1.
Incredible went to 7-1. Great White is now 5.
I love it.
That's absurd. That's absurd.
We round out the field with Pretty Boy Mia, trained by Jeremiah Englehart, ridden by Ricardo Santana. Matt, I think it's your turn to finish this out here.
I really don't Don't have much about him, so I have him in my toss category, and he is currently 36 to 1. So the highest odds.
So is he the longest odds on the board?
Yeah, he's the longest shot, yes. Now, they're going to want to get him up front, which, again, if you're not a talented horse in this field and you want to get up front, it's not going to go well for you, and you're all the way out in post 14. So
You're all the way outside.
it's not a good combination. He's toss.
Yeah. No, this is the worst horse in the field. There's no doubt about it. He won his last race, a claiming race, on April 25th at Aqueduct. Never run a race longer than a mile. He's got some impressive sprint speed, but as you said, coming from 14th, he's going to have to sprint his ass off to try to get out front, which is what he's going to want to do, and that's just going to waste all that energy. He's no chance. Absolutely no chance. Never run a race outside of Aqueduct. Never raced against competition like this. Throw him in the dumpster. Send him to the dog food factory.
I agree with everything you said, except I don't know if he's the worst horse in the field. I mean, he posted a 95 Brisnet in his won by 6 lengths.
Who did he race? What race did he win? I don't even know the name of the race.
It was a maiden 80, so it's higher than the 54 that we talked about earlier. No, this horse is absolutely no chance. It's a terrible draw. It's a terrible race for him. Everybody wants to lead. He's not going to get it. Yeah, it's just. But I don't think he's the worst horse in the field.
Who do you think is the worst horse in the field?
I think it's a competition.
Bull by the horns?
Between that or Crupper. I think Crupper's the worst horse in the field.
Crapper?
Yeah. Crupper or Bull by the horns, yes, are the 2 worst horses in the field. All right, let's do last lap for the Derby. We did 3 horses. We're only going to do 2 here. Neil won, so you get the 3rd pick. Matt and I essentially tied our points. I don't even remember who came in 2nd or 3rd, but they were close. But Matt's going to lead us off. You get the 1st pick in the first ever height differential Preakness draft. Who you taking?
12, incredible. You can take me on Saturday.
I will go with Iron Honor. I just think he's the best horse in the field. He doesn't absolutely have to get up front, can just kind of stalk and then take the lead whenever he feels like he wants it. And then I've got 2 horses that I'm.
It's not your draft pick.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I get 2.
No.
I haven't drafted yet.
Yeah. Neil hasn't drafted yet, buddy.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
No,
I'm not even drunk.
He's stealing all the horses.
You get 2.
I'm
You
going
get
to
2.
take Taj Mahal, Sully, Robusta, Talking, Chip Honcho. Oh, sorry, you got to go get any.
Neil's got Crupper.
I'm so used to being the last pick.
Right,
Getting 2
guys, like, what are you talking about?
All right, make your pick.
Well, I wanted Iron Honor.
You get 2. You get 2.
Picks.
I know. I mean, it's hard to ignore the favorite, Taj Mahal. Give me Taj Mahal as a pick, and then give me Chip Honcho as my other one.
So I do actually pick now, right?
Yes.
Finally, your turn. Go ahead, O'Sully.
Give me Napoleon Solo to wire the field.
You know who?
Napoleon Solo to wire the field.
Napoleon Solo.
All right, I got the last pick. I'm gonna go with O'Sully. This is perfect for me because I'm not gonna bet him. So if he does well, at least I get something in this little thing that we got. But I'm gonna go O'Sully over the Hell We Did.
Your most hated horse in the Derby.
You were thinking about the Hell We Did as a draft pick?
I mean, well, look at the board right now. What's left?
I mean, I would have gone Talking, to be honest with you. I would have gone Talking if I was in your spot. But
Would you have gone Napoleon Solo, or did that affect you at all?
I was keen on Napoleon Solo. I didn't think you were going to go with him, so I had to basically decide between the Hell We Did or O'Sully, and I'm going to bet on the Hell We Did, so I'll take O'Sully here.
All right, so Matt,
I think there's a clear drop off after the top 5. I think you having the last pick was tough.
I could even argue that there's a drop off after the top 4. Napoleon Solo's fringy into that top category to begin with.
So who are your top 4? But Taj Mahal, Iron Honor, Incredible, Big
Actually,
Honcho?
for me, I only have a top 3. It's Honcho, Honor, and Incredible.
See, and I think I take Honcho out, and I've got Solo in there. I will say, this race, anything could happen, which is intriguing about it. And like, it still gets the hype because it's the Preakness. It's kind of cool. Like, it's not cool, but it's also intriguing because it's on a totally different track. Like, that first turn is going to be so different because it's a lot tighter than it is in Pimlico. So that makes it even harder for horses like Pretty Boy Mia, who's on the outside. Like, they got to move even quicker or they're going to get stuck, but that turns so quick. So I don't know. I'm excited to watch it.
All right, so
I wish there were more Derby horses in it.
On the
And
record,
look,
Matt has Incredible and Napoleon Solo. Nick, you have
No,
Iron
no,
Honor and
no,
sorry.
no.
Matt has Incredible and who? Oselli?
Sally, yeah.
Nick, you've got Iron Honor and
Napoleon.
And I've got Mahal and Honcho.
Yeah.
We gotta pick a winner. We have to pick a winner.
Incredible.
I'm going Iron Honor is my winner.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the clear win pick. I think he's the best horse in the field. If I wasn't gonna go Iron Honor, I would pick between either Taj Mahal or Napoleon Solo. I just think Iron Honor's a better horse. The way that he's going to run the race, I think it plays out perfectly.
2 Iron Honors and Matt is on Incredible.
And look, Matt picked 2 horses in the Derby that ran in the Derby, and we talked about this in detail last show. How we all 3 agree that the best thing to do for the Triple Crown is to move the races. First week of May, first week of June, first week of July. And the quality of this field would be exponentially better. If Oselli, Incredible, and Robusta all finish in the money, is that good for not moving the Triple Crown races?
No. Because they did it against a bunch of crap horses. No.
Yeah.
That's not going to incentivize anybody else to run.
If you want to keep that argument, you go back to last year and say journalism was just fine.
Well, the journalism ran all 3. And I mean, he finished second in 2 legs and first in the other. And Sovereignty didn't even run in 1 leg.
I think what hurts the Preakness more right now, and obviously this is the last year that it's going to be this way, is the Belmont not being the full distance. Because when you go back to the regular Belmont distance at 1.5 miles, some horses might not skip the Preakness to go to that. They're going to go to the Preakness because they're not sure their horses can run 1.5 miles. So I think that'll help next year, but I still think let's just spread it out. It'll be better for horse racing. It creates a buzz. And yes, if you win a Triple Crown, there'll be an asterisk to it, but who cares?
This is like you came in 12th in varsity high school track in the 100 meters and you turn around 2 weeks later to run a bunch of kindergartners and you whoop their ass. Like, no. Like, you don't get credit for that. Like, no. I still say you move it. We want better competition. We want better horses. You got to move it.
Well, look, and let's say that Golden Tempo decided to run, which we all hope that he would.
Uh-huh.
You're telling, okay, yeah, it's 2 weeks. So that the 2 weeks is the hard part. But is it easier to come back in 2 weeks and beat these horses? Or is it easier to come back in a month and beat everybody that was in the Derby?
No, it's easier to come back in 2 weeks and beat these horses.
Yeah. But
I 100% agree with that.
I will say, if it was running in this race, I don't think it would win because I don't think the pace, like we've been saying on this show, I don't think the pace is going to break down as big as it did.
I was absolutely about to ask you guys, if Golden Tempo was running, would you pick him to win? I don't think he'd be the favorite. He would be
No.
the favorite because he won the Derby, like the betting
Yeah.
favorite, but I don't think horse-wise he should be the favorite.
Shorter
No.
race and not as fast of a pace.
Yeah, because the horses just aren't as good. Like, just because everybody wants the lead, which there's a lot of horses in this field that want the lead, does not mean that the pace is going to be as fast. Now, we did talk about this last week too. The Derby pace wasn't crazy. Like, it was just around 47 at.
Yeah, it was
And
40, 46, 47 half.
He ran one of the slowest Derby of all time, of all the winners, right?
Yeah, because wasn't it like an 85 buyer? Like it was like the slowest buyer since like the 90s.
Yeah. So I think everybody's going to try to get the lead. I just don't think the horses are good enough to really have a fast pace to have these deep closers finish. And like you all said, it's a shorter race. So that's why I really think it plays out for a horse, like Iron Honor, who's going to want to be right there, third, fourth. And then when they get in the stretch run, can kind of turn it on and win the race. And I really think there's a chance that if Taj Mahal or Napoleon Solo can get the lead and not be pressed too closely, could figure out a way to wire the field. I think that's the other possibility. Those are the two ways I think this race is going to go. But remember 2 weeks ago, I'm talking about how much I don't like closers in the Derby, and 4 of the last 5 winners in the Derby have been closers. So.
And Chad Brown knows what he's doing. I trust Chad Brown in the situation with Iron Honor.
Has anyone looked at the weather? What do we got weather-wise here? Are we going to have a fast track or are we going to have rain? I know they were off turf today, so they had a little bit of rain. Where is this? What's the city? What is the city? I'll look on weather.com right now. Is it Laurel, Maryland? Let's see. There's a Laurel, Maryland. I'm going to hope that Laurel Park is in Laurel, Maryland. 84 and sunny.
So
no precipitation tomorrow, 84 and sunny on Saturday. You're going to have a fast track.
In front of 10 people.
Yeah, 10 people.
10 people.
But there's a chance it's back there again next year. Like, it's not 100% that's going back to Pimlico.
That's us all. Just take it out of that. Well, Churchill owns it next year, so they'll figure it out.
Well, that's why they could potentially push to move it because they see some opportunity with it.
Could they keep it at just do Churchill?
I don't know.
What do you think the crowd? Let's just say, for argument's sake, they do that. We have the Derby 2 weeks ago, and all of a sudden turn around and we have the Preakness at Churchill on Saturday. What's that crowd like? What do you charge?
See,
it would be interesting to see how it goes, but
if Churchill is smart, which they wouldn't do this, if you're hosting the Preakness, I would scale down the pricing to make it more accessible for the Louisville people. Yeah. Like you give it back to the Louisville people and be like, hey, we hear you. You don't like, you might not like what we're doing with Oaks and Derby, but here we're going to give you
$20.
We're going to let you pack this place. We'll bring prices down. This is increased revenue. They would get more money because, they just have regular racing on this Saturday. You get more money by just bringing it down for the Preakness. Or I would say, I know Churchill doesn't own it, but I would love to see it at Keeneland. That'd be awesome.
Keeneland would be awesome.
I think you have a higher demand for Keeneland.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Keeneland just doesn't get races like this every year.
They get the Breeders' Cup every.
Yeah, but that's not every year.
They
don't just have it like a yearly race.
It's often enough.
Their biggest race is the Bluegrass, which is leading.
We just talked about the Bluegrass field was better than this field.
Yeah, but the Bluegrass is a prep for the Derby.
Correct.
A prep for the Triple Crown.
In this situation, it might be a better race than what we're watching on Saturday.
And look, it'll be interesting to see what the TV numbers are on Saturday too. Because
I'll be at Havana Rumba. Hopefully the Cuban restaurants like horse racing. Hopefully they'll have it on.
I'll be in a wedding up in Chicago, so I think the main entrance is at 6 o'clock Central Time, so right at post. So I might get really excited for the main
Yeah.
entrance if
Yeah.
Incredible comes
Get
through
that phone on.
first.
Get that phone on.
I should be driving home from Indy after hopefully not coming in last in my golf tournament. Speaking of golf, how much did y'all watch today?
I had it on. I had it on in the background. I saw Rory was absolutely dreadful today. A +4 for
Bogey's
Rory
last
McIlroy.
4.
What? Yeah, bogey the last 4.
Bogey's last 4.
You sure did. Yeah, not good. Scotty tied for first. Scotty doing Scotty things, I saw.
Well,
Pot Geeter.
he hadn't been
nice.
doing that this year. Like, his Thursdays have not been good.
I know, it's about
So the
time to
fact
see
that
him.
he's tied for the lead on Thursday, I think says he probably gonna win this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I like where he's at. Justin Thomas was up there for a while. He kind of faded late in his round, finished at -1.
Well, did you see what he did on that par 3?
I did not.
So he was 3 under, and he's on the back, which the back 9 is harder.
Is that where he made the
than-
long bogey putt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I saw the long bogey. I
pulled
didn't know it was a par 3, but yes, I
He
saw the long.
pulled it into the gallery pretty
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
Had a terrible chip into the bunker, and then a terrible chip out, and had like a 25-footer for bogey. I mean, you're staring triple potentially if you 3-putt from there, and you're pissed off. So
I
there's
think it
no
was more
telling
than
what's gonna happen.
25. He drilled
Yeah,
it.
and he drained
That putt had some heat on it too. If that doesn't hit the
No,
cup,
it
that's
was gonna
going
be
by.
7-8 feet by.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people thought that they were gonna be 13, 14 under, the winner of this tournament, and after round 1, the leaders are all sitting at 3. They cut down all the trees, you all, before the tournament. Like, why are we cutting down all the trees?
The birds aren't
What-
happy. Birds are pissed.
Now, one of my dad's hot takes, not for the PGA but the U.S. Open, he wants the U.S. Open to be the toughest course alive, and he wants the winner of the U.S. Open to be +1 or +2. I want to
Which
see
is
what are your
Is
guys.
that not usually the case, though? That is usually the case in the U.S.
Not
Open.
plus. They're usually
Not-
around 3 or 4.
Not lately. Some of the courses they've played has been a lot easier. If you
Right.
want to get my dad on a rant, just ask him
But yeah.
about like LA Country Club because of the marine layer and it was too easy. Like,
Yeah.
Pinehurst.
Rick and
He's done-
Xander shot 62 to start that tournament.
All
2
right, so
years
next
ago.
month,
3 years ago.
June for the U.S. Open, we're having Mr. Paris on as a podcast guest.
I'll call him in and just rant about the U.S. Open. But I wanted to ask you guys, like PGA, because I feel like Valhalla got a lot of heat because Valhalla was an easy course, but it always produced drama towards the end. Does the PGA necessarily need to be an easy course? Do you want it to be difficult? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't like guys struggling where it's even par 2, 3 under, but I also don't like guys shooting 20 under. I like a good mix. Like, give me my winner at around 9, 10 under, in a close match as well. I don't want some blowout. But
Yeah.
give me
So
like
this
that
right
9,
now
10
is
under score.
ideal for you.
Yes, I like this. I like this. Challenging, but not impossible.
Like, I've listened to a couple, like Smiley Kaufman. I've listened to his pod and like some other people this week, and they really are expecting some people to throw some 62, some 63, some 64s out there because of the fact that it's just drive and see how far you can get it down, and then you can figure out a way to get it to the green. Like, you're really not penalized too much for wayward drives. Now, the rough is you could hit in one spot and you could get a terrible lie, and then you hit in other spots where it really is not that bad. But they say for the most part, you're really not penalized for wayward drives. The defense for this course is their greens, which are gigantic. And I don't know if you all saw Bryson play early this morning. But he had like a 15-footer at above, like he was at the top of the green, or like he was past the green a little bit on the fringe. And he puts that thing downhill and he gave it a good little boost. And that all he had to do was just tip it. And that thing went 30 past the hole. These greens are tough. And whoever gets the most 2-putts is probably going to win. I just, once we see Scotty go 3 under on opening day, which we've seen him struggle in opening rounds and fight to come back and figure out a way to come in second, but just not win a lot this year. I don't see anybody beating Scotty after he did that today.
No, he's in a good spot. Good spot. I mean, he's got to be obviously to my knowledge would be the favorite to win this thing, especially after that 3 under. He said Rory struggled +4, Bryson +6. Your boy Rick.
Bryson didn't have a birdie until the last hole. He was +7 going to the last.
Yeah, he's definitely in danger of missing the cut. Your boy Rick, not a bad round, even par for old Rick Fowler. Coming off a really good tournament from last weekend.
Yep, 4 bogeys, 4 birds. Missed a couple 7-footers that had a chip that would, if it had one more rotation, would have went in for birdie. So he's right there where he could have been 1-2 under. But I think today you take even par. You're still in the tournament.
Everybody's favorite PGA pro, Michael Block, also even par on the day. He's back again.
Love our Block guy.
That's for the non-long knockers, baby.
The non-long knockers.
He don't hit it very far.
No.
What do you guys want to guess Scotty's odds are right now after round 1 to win with 54 holes left?
210.
What you
I
got?
said 110. I said 110 because he's still tied.
Plus 170.
I meant plus 210.
Yeah. No, I know.
Okay.
Plus 170. The second best odds are Xander Schauffele at plus 1,000.
Ooh. Not even anybody that's tied with him.
No.
Nobody believes in old pot eater, huh? Nobody believes in pot eater.
Min Woo is 16 plus 1,600, John Rahm plus 1,500, and then Brooks is plus 2,700.
How about this dude? Did you see Garrick Higo today?
We need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shoots a 1 under par on his round. So he's 2 shots off the lead. Really good round. Minus the fact he had a 2-stroke penalty before he teed off because he was 1 minute late to the tee time. So what would have been a 3 under becomes a 1.
He would tell you he wasn't late because his tee time was like 7:18 and he was there at 7:18:30, and that's still 7:18.
No, bro, you late. On PGA time, you late. You need to get there at 7:15. What?
Like, legitimately in his post game.
Well,
that's what he's saying. You sound like some kid that has been late to class 4 times in a row, and you're trying to outsmart your teacher, and you sound like a dumbass. Like, how do you even cut it that close to begin with?
It's not even close. You're late. 7:18 ain't 7:18:30. It's 7:18. Hit the ball. I saw he was obviously on the putting green because he walked down to the tee box with a putter in his hand. Like, bro, just get to your tee time and get there a couple minutes early. Get your granola bar and a Gatorade. Get your little something for some energy. Hit the ball on time, and let's get going.
You know what? I'm going to give
he'd be tied for the lead. He'd be tied for the lead right now.
I'm going to give Neil credit here. He was not late as a walking scorer for his 2 rounds at the NCAA Women's Golf Regional this week. He was there before the tee time started.
Early.
Have you seen Garrett Higo's quote? Because I told you a little bit about it. I was there on time, but the rule is if you're 1 second late, you're late. Duh.
1 second late is late. He's an idiot.
So if you think, but he continues. So if you think about it, I was there on time, if you know what I mean.
No, nobody knows what you mean, dumbass.
And he's like, yeah, maybe I should have walked over from the driving range a little sooner. Yeah, you should have.
His caddy was there. His caddy was there on time.
His caddy's yelling for him.
Why is the caddy not with it? First of all, second of all, this could be on the caddy. Get your guy. Get your guy. Be like, hey, my guy, we need to go now.
I guarantee you he was saying
Why are you going to the tee box without him, though? Don't go without him.
If I'm the caddy, I'm at the driving range and be like, brother, we got to go right now. The caddy's job is like, hey, you're in your head, you're hitting your shots, but like, bro, we got to go, and I'm not leaving without him.
Yeah. And he talked about how laid back he is, like he's just chill. Like,
he looks like a surfer. I mean, he's from South Africa. Looks like a little surfer dude. Like, bro, get over it. Like, get over yourself. Get there on time. You'd be tied for the lead right now. Hope he loses by a shot. Dude, he also said, like,
if you don't get disqualified for 5 more minutes, so if I'm going to take a 2-stroke penalty, I could have been 4 more minutes late and still got the same penalty.
I bet people on tour hate this idiot.
I mean, he said that the guys that were playing with him were arguing for him that he shouldn't get a penalty. And then he spent 20 more minutes after his round trying to get it removed.
No.
You do have to give him credit, though, for shooting a 3 under.
Yeah, no, he played
After
good
that.
golf. He played great golf. But also, you're an
But,
idiot. You're an idiot. I
like,
hope you lose by a stroke.
You messed up the easiest part. And you didn't even oversleep. You were just lollygagging around, hitting balls.
Yeah, you were there.
He's on the putting
Yes.
green. Idiot.
Scotty was in a jail cell and made it to his tee time.
Good point.
Do we have
Great
to
point.
bring that up?
If you get arrested and make it to your tee time on time, you got no excuse if you're this guy. Big O.
So are we all going Scotty? Like, that's pretty boring. Like, if you're not going Scotty, who are you going?
If I'm not going Scotty, give me Xander. 2 under right now.
John Rahm.
Ugh, no. He had a hole out from 100 just to even get into negative numbers.
Rombo.
JT.
No chance.
He's only been in the top 20, I think, one other time after opening round of the PGA, and he won. There's a part of me who wants to go Rick, man. He's playing well.
He ain't winning, though.
But if I pick him, I would jinx it.
Playing well and winning are 2 different things.
But if you look at the top of the leaderboard, there's not a ton of people that scare you if you're Scotty. There really isn't.
No.
I mean, Xander doesn't scare me right now, the way he's playing. And, I mean, you might have somebody like you had J.J. Spawn last year that just kind of comes out of nowhere. I mean, he did compete in the Players last year, almost won it. So he at least was up there. I mean, none of these guys have really even been in contention that are 2 and 3 under.
Lowry's interesting. If Lowry's hanging around come Sunday.
Well, I mean, we saw what he did to close a couple months ago. Am I going to trust him to finish in the PGA Championship? I don't know. There'll be some different names after tomorrow, and the leaderboard will look totally different. But right now, if I'm Scotty, nobody that's 2 or 3 under really even scares me at all.
No, he's in a good spot.
Matt, do you want to stick around while we talk NFL schedule real briefly?
Yeah, why not?
Like, they were leaked real early today, were they not? Like, supposed to come out at 8 o'clock. Were they? Like, how does the NFL allow these to get out like they do? Or do they want them to be?
I hate the fact that they leaked, like, all right, here's the Monday night games, here's the Thursday night games, here's the overseas games, people start to piece it together, and then more leaks come. Where, like, if you're going to do a schedule release show and let the teams do their social media stuff at 7 o'clock on a Thursday, then just button it up and let them do it at 7 o'clock on a Thursday. Don't leak anything. Don't give us any teasers. Don't give us anything. Like, I knew half the Bengals schedule before it was released because of all this other nonsense that was going on. If you're going to do a schedule release day and a schedule release show, leave it at that.
The problem is too many people know what schedules are before the official release because all the teams have to have this information to get their stuff ready.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And somebody talks to
not
somebody.
Everybody. Yeah, and somebody's going to get it out there. And you don't know what to trust throughout the day. But I think the big one on the Bengals schedule is they're finally getting a home game in primetime against the Ravens. And it's on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve night.
Like, I love going to Bengals games more than anything. Do I want to be at Paycor on New Year's Eve?
You gonna make out? You gonna kiss your seatmate when the ball drops at midnight after the Bengals beat the Ravens? You can turn old Sandy, 55-year-old Sandy that sits next to you, and give her a little smooch on the mouth there for New Year's.
But Matt, we had one hot chick try to come to our section one time, and Terry, who sits with us, has a sign saying, "This isn't your section because so many people get it wrong." Had it laminated just because he knows so many people. And he's like, "This is not." The hot chick walks up, sees the sign, and turns away immediately. I was like, that was our one chance, bro. And your lame laminated sign just ruined any chance that we had.
You need to have on the backside of the sign, unless you're hot, so you could flip it over and be like, come on
Good
in, come
point.
on in.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Terry doesn't think that far.
Yeah. No, like,
Uh,
we actually finally get a 1:00 Sunday game in Baltimore, and then they give us the Thursday night prime time on New Year's Eve, which really, really sucks. But
and you will not be there? Is this official?
I mean, I don't want to spend my New Year's Eve in the car on the way back from Paycor. I mean, to me, the biggest takeaway is the Bengals' schedule is front loaded. It's very, very front loaded. 2 home games before November, only 2 home games, 4 road games in the bye. Play quality. We open with the Buccaneers, who just barely missed it. They barely missed the playoffs and lost their division on a tiebreaker, I believe. Playoff team in week 2. Steelers, playoff team in week 3. Jaguars, playoff team in week 4. The crappy Dolphins, which will be a nice break on the road in week 5, bye week, and then what should be one of the best teams in the NFL in the Ravens in week 6. So you're basically facing 5 playoff teams in your first 6 games. And then after that, we get more home games and it gets a little bit easier.
And so many, like, they've talked about how the Bengals are going to have the 3rd easiest schedule. And I guess they do, but I look at it, it don't look that crazy easy to me.
It looks easy to me.
Does it?
It does.
I mean, you talked about that start where you're getting 3 playoff teams out of your first 4, and the Bucs were right there. Now the NFC South sucks, so whoever wins that is, I still think the Bengals should beat them with what they have.
I mean, we beat the Jaguars last year with our awful Jake Browning as quarterback, and the Jaguars
I
went
mean,
on to
what
win the
what are
division.
the guaranteed wins on the schedule? Like the Dolphins, the Titans,
Falcons,
the
the
Saints,
Saints.
the
I would
Panthers.
hope the Browns, and the Browns are never good,
Colts.
but the Browns, Colts, Panthers.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of wins to be had out there. A lot.
When's their first loss? You have the schedule in front of you, Matt?
I don't have your all schedule.
Whose schedule do you have in front of you?
I've got the Patriots schedule in front of me.
I mean, the first loss is going to come early. I mean, the Bengals historically have not gone off to great starts. Even the Super Bowl team and the team that went to the AFC title game, we struggled early. Like, we've never. It's been a debate of, do we play our starters in the preseason, and what we never did. We did last year, and we still got off to a bad start because the defense sucked. So we've never gotten off to great starts, and with that in mind, and playing the hardest teams early doesn't bode well in my mind for my confidence. I think we probably lose. I hate to say it, but probably at the Texans with that Texans defense. Probably at the Texans in week 2.
Yeah, I think you beat Tampa in the opener at home.
Yes.
And no, I with that defense that the Texans have coming back, it's going to be a tough game in week 2 on the road. If you win that game and you start off 2-0, you're feeling really good about.
Man, it felt good at 2-0 last year, Nick.
Yeah,
It sucks.
yeah. So, well, then you lose your QB. But the good news is you don't have to go to Baltimore on prime time for the first time in forever.
We beat him in prime time last year, though.
Yeah,
on Thanksgiving.
we did. I don't know. If you can finish those first 4 games 3-1, or even if you're 2-2, I think you're feeling pretty good.
If you can get those first 5 games, you're 3-2 after those first 5 games.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yep. Because then that gives you some leeway against Baltimore and coming off the bye.
I hate the early bye. Week 5. There should not be nobody should be on a bye week in week 5 when there's 18 weeks in a season. What are we doing?
I thought it would be after the Madrid game. I really did. When they announced that, I thought
that would make the most sense. You know, you got to go to Spain to play a game. Maybe you get a week off to recover. No, you throw you right back into prime time against the Steelers.
Ooh, you guys don't have a bye coming off your Europe game?
No, the NFL's stupid. Bye week 5. There should be no bye weeks week 5.
What's the thoughts on the Patriots schedule since we've got you here?
It's gonna be a lot harder than last year.
Well, yeah, you had the easiest schedule in the NFL last year.
7 of the first 11 are away from home, so that's not ideal. but starting on October 22nd, they have 8 straight games in a primetime window or a national TV window. I count that like 425 slot, a national TV window. A lot of opportunities to see the Patriots. Don't need to get NFL Sunday ticket this year, but I mean, it's gonna be tough. Open the season against the Seahawks, drop on the banner.
Super Bowl rematch in Seattle, huh?
But I kind of like it too because they've got to travel a lot this year. They're playing the Lions in Munich. They got to go out to the West Coast twice because they're playing the Chargers. So I actually don't mind playing Seattle week 1 because you get rid of one of those West Coast trips, and they're playing on a Wednesday, so they kind of get a mini bye right off the start. So it's interesting. We got 2 Thursday night games, and then I think a couple Sundays and a Monday.
Oh yeah, Wednesday night open.
Why? Yeah, I don't know why when.
Yeah, like usually it's a Thursday. I don't know why you're open on Wednesday, but why? If you're the NFL, to me, Patriots Lions.
There's a reason for it. I can't remember.
Patriots Lions is a really good matchup. Patriots Super Bowl team last year. Lions really good team. Potential Super Bowl team. Why are you playing that game in Germany?
I wanted to go to that game in Detroit.
Like, put your crappy games overseas. Give the Germans, like, I don't know, give them the Browns versus the Cardinals or something. Like, why are we giving the Germans and Europeans some of our best games?
Trying to grow the game, Neil.
I will say this. I'm a proponent of if you're going overseas for games, it needs to be the opposite conference game. Like, you got to play somebody from the NFC or the AFC because you shouldn't.
That is the case in all but one. And I agree with you. What makes no sense is the 49ers and Rams.
The Australia game.
Opening in Australia. It's a division game. So one team, and those 2 teams were up the top, one of the tops of the division, them and the Seahawks. Those 3 teams are battling for the division championship. The 49ers are getting screwed, or I'm sorry, the Rams are getting screwed out of a home game. The 49ers get to play the Rams at home, but the Rams don't get to play the 49ers at home. How do you have a division game in Australia?
You can't have tiebreakers reliant on an international game. That's just bad for business.
All division games, if you're playing each other twice, you need to have a home and home. You shouldn't play the same conference, but if you do, the Rams should be playing the Lions or something. Like, don't play a division game overseas. That just makes no sense. You're just screwing one team out of a home game. And
it seems pretty simple too, honestly.
Doesn't make
just
any sense.
Keep it to where it's NFC versus AFC.
Yes.
It seems pretty simple.
The NFL can't figure that out. We're sending two teams from California to Australia. A division game.
So this Taco Bell worker, did y'all see this?
Give me the rundown.
Taco Bell employee in Florida is accused of shooting at 3 customers this week. Shooting at them after one of them attempted to fill a water cup with soda. Police say 3 women entered a Taco Bell in West Palm Beach. One began filling up their cup at the soda fountain, which led to a verbal altercation and eventually shots fired.
Is everybody okay? First.
Like,
before we start making fun of the whole thing. Is everybody all right?
Yes, everybody's okay. One fell to the ground after being shot. Another was grazed. The other one ran outside. The Taco Bell worker obviously was arrested. Employee of the month?
I mean, you order water, you better get water. Don't be trying to steal. That's stealing. That's theft. First of all, that's theft. Whoever did it should also be arrested. You shoot at somebody, you should be arrested. But if you're doing the water cup and you're trying to get yourself a Pepsi, you should be arrested as well. I mean, have you, in your lifetime, have you ever done something like that? Done the water cup? Try to get the soda, get a little Sprite, try to make it look like water before?
I'm sure I've got a little taste, yeah. A little taste.
At least you haven't been shot at.
Is there anybody that has never done that?
I think most everybody has probably done that a time or two, but
I don't think I've ever just straight up filled up the whole thing blatantly. But Maybe got a little taste.
Also, in 2026, why are we still doing self-serve soft drinks?
Are you saying because of COVID, or what's the reason for not having it?
Cost. Like, a lot of waste.
Yeah.
That soda costs them nothing. The cost is all in the cup.
I don't know what the soda costs, but
That cup costs more than the soda. I promise you.
I know the cup probably costs more than the soda, but there's a lot of waste going on there.
But can we talk about how passionate this dude is about his job?
Rules
Like,
are
does he
rules.
get
Protect and
does he
defend.
get some credit for that?
Somebody's coming on your home turf and stealing your soft drink. You gotta protect it. I don't know if I do it with a gun, but that's a little extreme. But the thought process was there. Try to stop this nonsense.
Passionate Taco Bell worker.
Oh, he's passionate.
Probably went a little too far.
I would say a little too far. Yeah, slightly.
And if you're the lady who just filled up your water cup with a little bit of Big Red, and this dude's coming at you hard, you're like, chill out. Like, this ain't that big a deal. And then it escalated, and the gun eventually came out.
Yeah. Hey, talking to our friends, how did you get shot? I was putting Starry into a water cup at Taco Bell.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I did
The
see
guy behind the register, but he came at me pretty hard.
I did see McDonald's is phasing out the self-serve soft drinks. I don't know the reason, but I just don't like we don't need self-serve soft drinks anymore. Let them fill
Well,
your cup up for you.
Well, the rave like 5-10 years ago was those machines where you could add flavors to all the different
Like
sodas.
Coca-Cola remix. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
so
the
what happened to all that?
happiness
All that's
machine.
out the window?
Well, now they're called dirty sodas or something. I don't know. And they're like a dirty something or other. You put
Yeah,
vanilla
that's
cream and crap into it.
I know,
the
but like
Mormons.
that was like taking self-serve to the next level.
That was like
And now you're saying we're going the other way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Cost of soda probably went up. It's all getting stuck in the Strait of Hormuz. We can't get the sodas through.
Can't get gas and we can't get soda.
The cost of everything's going up.
An extra large soda now costs $4 instead of $1.99.
We getting there. We
You
getting
can't be
there.
letting people go back for fourth and fifth drinks of soda. And then they're dumping it out in the little like grate and all that. It's all messy and gross, and I don't know. We don't need self-serve sodas.
Because the employees aren't doing that. But I guess you're not touching it, so I don't know. I kind of trust doing my own better than somebody else doing it. But also, I don't want to get out of my car and go inside either. So,
When's the last time
I'll
you
just-
stepped foot in a fast food restaurant?
been a long time.
Long time.
So, yeah, it doesn't affect me at all.
You order on the app, you tell them your code, you get your food, and you go
And-
home.
And if you're not ordering on the app, you're
Stupid.
doing it wrong.
The only time I step in a fast food restaurant, and I feel like you all can appreciate this, is a McDonald's on campus because we're walking from the office to go pick it up and but it's pre-ordered on the app, and I just walk in and grab it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What's your McDonald's order?
Snack wraps have put me into a blender. I love the snack wrap.
See, I usually just do the value meal, even though now it's up to $6. But you get the double cheese, the 4 nugs, the small fry, and a small drink.
I had that one last night. That was my dinner last night.
Is that the move?
No.
You're just a regular cheeseburger.
I'm a 2 double cheese and a Coke.
You've grown up to double cheese. You used to be the number 2. Used to be the number 2.
Yeah, that's when
The
the
two
number
cheeseburgers.
2. That's when the number 2 was the best value on the menu. You get a large fry, 2 cheeseburgers, and a large Coke for like $6. Well, now the number
So-
2 is like $12. I'm like, I don't want that, or $10, whatever.
It's his wedding day. Dude gets a number 2. The morning or the afternoon of his wedding day. Cheese and ketchup only. And it's got everything on it. And he's just like, I'm not eating
I
this.
hate mustard.
I'm not eating this.
I can deal with taking pickles and onions off, but mustard, it just soaks in the bread and it smells like shit. I hate mustard. I hate mustard.
See, I'm a mustard guy.
You would be a mustard guy. You look like a
I'm
mustard
a
guy.
mustard guy.
You look like a mustard guy.
We got to wrap this up, y'all. I got to get this thing posted, and I got to get in the car at 7 a.m. So
Good luck. Don't come in
to
last.
drive up to Indy.
Don't come in last
Yeah.
to all the one-armed people.
Dude, that's just messed up.
You did. I'm just saying you did. You did.
No, last year I came home from it, and you all asked me, it's like, did you get beat by any one-armed people? And I said, yeah, I got beat by all the one-armed people. Every single one of them. And all the one-legged people, and all the short people, and all the people. I lost to all the people.
Was that after we played golf that week before? Out at your
remember.
course?
It might have been. I think it was close to it. We need to play
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. I smoked that lady's back patio on 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. I played with you. I remember, yeah, you smoked the deck. Yeah.
And she came out. Oh, sorry. It's all good.
Yeah.
Nothing broke. Thank God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess, can we do this on Monday to recap the PGA and the Preakness?
Track meet on Monday.
You got to be kidding me.
Last one. It's the last one of the year. Last one of the year.
Do it later in the week.
And then bowling on Tuesday still?
No, we're taking a summer break for bowling. We'll start that in the fall.
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll have a show beginning of next week sometime to break down the PGA, break down the Preakness. We'll talk about my tournament.
We'll be talking about Iron Honor's triumphant win.
Or incredible.
You misspoke with incredible.
Book it.
Or incredible. But for the 5-6 Matt, for the 6-6 Neil. Matt, thanks for joining us. This is 3 shows in a row. Look, you're just like a regular now.
Recurring guest.
I'm the 410 Nick. Remember to follow at Height Differential on all social. Rate and review on whatever podcast you listen. We appreciate y'all. We'll talk to you then.
Give it to me.
Gonna have a long show.
Yeah. Like, we didn't even start the Preakness till an hour.
I mean, you went horse by horse.
Yeah,
All right.
14
I gotta
horses.
stop this.
I didn't do all this research today for nothing.
I'm impressed, dude. When you showed me the color-coded Excel spreadsheet, I was like, damn, I didn't know Neil had that ability in him.